Hey, welcome everybody to spring baseball. We're here at Marathon for Marywood South baseball action versus Marywood North baseball action. We have the visiting Prentice Buccaneers taking on the home team Marathon Red Raiders. It's kind of a nice spring day. At least the sun's out, but that's about all the positive that can be said because it's cold, it's windy, and a typical spring day, everyone's got winter jackets, scarves, blankets wrapped up just to stay warm. But nonetheless, baseball's got to be played. Only about a month left. We're here today where the Marathon Red Raiders came off a huge game last night against the Stratford Tigers. Stratford Tigers ranked number 2 in the state this year, and after beating Marathon on Tuesday quite handily, Marathon turned the tables on the Stratford Tigers yesterday, and they jumped on the pitching right away, got a few walks, and then just blew the game wide open in 10 runs, the number 2 team in the state. So Marathon, I think they probably got their jive back a little bit. They got their confidence back. Today they take on the visiting Prentice Buccaneers of the Marywood North. Right now, Prentice Buccaneers 3-3 in conference, 4-5 overall. Only 9 games. Marathon 3-1 in conference, 8-3 overall. And that 3-1 is big now because Stratford now has 1 loss in conference, and Auburndale is 1-3 in conference. And if Stratford and Marathon both win out, there'll be a tie for the conference in the Marywood South. They do have Edgar coming up, and Edgar's always been a pain in the side to whoever plays him later in the year. So some big games coming up in the Marywood Conference in the next couple weeks and so. And remember, with spring coming up, winding up quick, only less than a month left. We're in May now, only less than a month basically for a lot of these spring sports to get done. On the schedule tonight, in conference right now, Stratford is 4-1, Marathon 3-1, Edgar 1-2, Assumption 2-4, Auburndale 1-3, and Newman does not have a team. Auburndale got swept by Assumption the other night, and they play Shawamigan tonight. Edgar is at Athens. And tonight we have a twilight doubleheader, the old-fashioned way, one game right after another. In the good old days of going to the major leagues, you'd go to a rainout. There'd be a rainout on a Friday night, and they'd play back-to-back games on a Saturday. Nowadays that happens, and they clear the stadium and make you pay for the second game. So times are changing. So twilight doubleheader, the second game brings in Spencer, visiting Spencer Rock is coming in after this game. That's going to be a cold one. I hope all the outfielders and everyone else is dressed nice and warm. So with that in mind, we'd like to thank the pregame show sponsor, Brickner Motors of Little Chicago. Today's pregame show is brought to you by Brickner, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram Jeep. When you need a new vehicle, let their family take care of yours on Little Chicago's northeast side. Hey, and we'd also like all the sponsors helping us put the game on it, and sponsoring with Zaleski Sports always does a good job. And the nice thing about it, we always talk about how much this is accessible to so many people. We've had callers come in, mention us, watching us, Zaleski Sports, that is, from Boston, from Washburn, Wisconsin, from La Crosse, Wisconsin, all over the state. They can watch their favorite relation, son, friend, dad, mom, whomever it may be, on it. So again, thank the sponsors for putting on Zaleski Sports. We'll be back after these messages on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep, and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us. Marathon's favorite bowling alley and family fun center is Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon. Birthday parties, nights out with the family, night leagues, dinner with the family, and so much more is all under one roof at Marathon Sports Center. Open for lunch and dinner on Wednesday through Sunday with a menu that includes burgers, pizza, nachos, Friday fish fry, and so much more. You'll love the fun, energetic atmosphere with plenty of TVs to watch the big game and plenty of space for your next celebration or event at Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, back here in Marathon where it's sunny, windy, and pretty cold out for spring baseball, but nonetheless, we're back here for Marywood South baseball action here on Zaleski Sports. And again, it's a crossover game with the Marywood North team coming from the visiting Prentice Buccaneers. Speaking of the Marywood South, some big games in girls softball recently. Marywood South softball and Auburndale and Stratford were all 4-0 going into this week. Contest, and Marathon goes out and sweeps Stratford to take a good commanding lead. I don't have the updated thing on Auburndale, but I'm assuming Auburndale won this week, so that would be a huge matchup. They're both undefeated in conference, and they both play next week on a Tuesday, Thursday back-to-back game. And I think after next week, you're going to find out who's in charge of the Marywood South girls softball. The Marathon girls having a really, really successful year. So with that in mind, we're also going to be going live here off and on. We got Trevor on control, and Trevor, we kind of had a weird thing happen to us at the softball game the other night. Every time it would be a really, really good reception, everything like that, but as soon as we went to a break, there were so many people on their cell phones that people at home couldn't pick up really clear what was going on. And then as soon as the game would start, they'd all go off their cell phones and we'd be crystal clear. So we haven't had that trouble here. Just kind of a weird thing that's happening over at the girls softball complex. We'll give you some starting lineups here. First of all, for the Prentice Buccaneers at shortstop. Again, a lot of these small schools, the same names you hear over and over and over again, making those teams very successful. The shortstop, Hardy Heckman. Pitching for the Buccaneers, Ledger Jones. The catcher, Heston Heckman. Again, two of those Heckman boys very instrumental on the Buccaneers' trip to boys basketball state tournament this year. Aiden House, another member of the state tournament team in center field. Jackson Franz, the third baseman. Noah Gruber, the DH. He'll be batting for Corbin Toombs, the left fielder. Ryder Jones, the right fielder. Grady May at first, and Zach Stanky brings up the remaining position, and he's at second base. Now for the home team, Marathon Red Raiders, currently in first place in the Marywood South. Quinlan Conco, the right fielder. Blake Underwood, the shortstop. Batting third, True Thurs, had a whale of a game last night. Had a no-hitter, and he only ended up getting a one-hitter. The guy had a single, and as he rounded second, he thought he could get second. Well, different ideas were had on the left fielder. Grant Solberg fielded it off the fence, hit Blake Underwood, the shortstop, and they gunned Berg down at second. No, sorry, not Berg. They gunned him down at second to keep the shutout and keep True Thurs only having a one-hitter. Drew Wolfel, the center fielder. Owen Krause, the first baseman. Ian Schuda on the mound. Grayson Scheider, the catching, and Evan DeBrew, the defensive whiz, at third base. So a lot of good games tonight, all over the Marywood, all over coming up here, and also, again, the Marywood South versus the Marywood North. Again, these do not count in conference games, and the reason being is that it'd be awful hard for Sumption to say go up to Schwam and get that game in, so they never count the North versus the South as a conference game as they would in basketball, girls basketball, boys basketball, and stuff like that. So it's considered a non-conference game. So we'd also like to thank Marathon City Sports Center for helping us put this on. Marathon City Sports Center, you always find great food, cold drinks, bowling leagues, and a great place for your next party or get-together. For your best in Marathon dinner and get-together, come to Marathon Sports City South 107 in Marathon. And we'll be taking a break here in Zaleski Sports for the Star Spangled Banner. Back after these announcements.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
It's easy.
come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, you found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, there is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
Back here in Marathon for some Marywood baseball action. Visiting Prentice Buccaneers taking on the home team Marathon Red Raiders. On the mound for Marathon getting to start Ian Shuda, the junior. Probably if you line up the pitchers in order, the number 3 pitcher for the Marathon Red Raiders with Drew Thurs and Blake Underwood 1 and 2 depending on who they're playing. So Ian likes that breaking ball. That's his kind of go-to pitch, and he likes to sneak in a little off speed and a fastball in there once in a while. Prentice, again, they've only played 9 games so far, so I suppose when you get up that far north, it's kind of hard to get games in, especially with the fields. But the field here is in really, really good shape considering how much rain we've had. Wettest April ever, but now that April's done with all the showers, hey, that brings May flowers. Also in the background, we brought some expertise up here in the booth tonight. Ever a question on whether it be hit or air, we're going to go to the self-proclaimed expert Grant Warren here to give us any opinion, whether it be wrong or right, to help us out here. He's on the announce it, and Trevor on the board to make sure things are working correctly, and he does a great job for Zaleski Sports. Artie Heckman leading off the shortstop for the Buccaneers. They get the first game. Second game, the Spencer Rockets come in and take on the Marathon Raiders in another non-conference game, approximately 7 o'clock. And that's what you want to do. Start them off with a strike. Not too windy if you looked at the flags, if you can see the flags in your screen. We've seen it worse. Goes golfing, misses. 0-2, jumps out in front. Another big day coming up tomorrow in Wisconsin. Opening of fishing season. Grant, you a fisherman?
Not really.
Nothing against fish, huh? You got no quarrel against fish, huh? Okay. Trev, you a fisherman? Nope. I personally like fish fried, baked. Any way you can eat them, I like them. 1-2 to count. For Shuda, the junior. Ball. Nice thing about Marathon where they have their dugout on the first base side. Any north wind, the players in the dugout are protected. Hit high up. Drifting over 2/3 to second baseman. Out, called off. Owen Krauser gathers that one in for the first out. So Heckman flies out to Krauser, the first baseman, for the first out.
34, Ledger Jones.
Now batting Ledger Jones, the pitcher. Good to see Shuda getting his pitches across. He faced Rhinelander last week, ranked in the top 10 in D2, and kind of struggled against Rhinelander. They kind of hit him all over the place. Get some confidence back. Ripped down the third baseline, and guess who gets it? Mr. Defense, Evan DeBrew. Had him played perfect. Evan DeBrew lined out to Evan over there at third base for the second out. Heston Heckman, the catcher. Again, according to WIAA, there's certain pitch rules that the pitchers have to follow. 100 pitches or more, they can't pitch for the next 4 days. 76 to 100, 3 days. 50 to 75, 2-day rest. 31 to 49, 1 day. And less than 30, they have no days rest. So it keeps the arms fresh. And with that in mind, it's 1-1, 2 out. We're still top of the first here in Marathon. You can see a lot of Marathon kids having their ground to the third base line. Spoke too soon. Evan should have had that one. Definitely E5 on that one. Evan probably took it a little eye off a little bit too soon. Nonetheless,
Center fielder number 9, Aiden Haas.
Heckman's now on first base. Aiden Haas, the center fielder. Aiden, the main cog in the Buccaneer run to the state tournament in boys basketball. Maybe that one was a little bit too routine for Evan. He took his eye off it, thought it'd be too easy, and charged him an error on that one. Grant agrees. That's good. Good block. That was a nice block by Schneider, the catcher, keeping his body in front of him. In front of the ball, I'm sorry. Again, you'll see Schneider looking at his wrist, getting the sign from Coach Schilling in the dugout, so he knows what to call. Three and 0. There he gets a strike across. It's taken all the way. 3-0 count. Jumps up 3-1. So if you're sitting in the stands, one of the top 5 inventions of all time has to be the electric vest. Electric jackets, recharge that battery. Sure is nice when you're hunting, fishing, sitting in the stands. It's a lot warmer. But then you see people coming in there wearing sweatpants, jogging pants. They're going to freeze. Even see a girl down there with sandals on. Nonetheless, 3-1. Fouled, first base side. Kunkel giving chase. Brings it full count. Runner on first base is Heston Heckman on courtesy of an error on DeBrew. Runner goes, ball off. Battling for that next pitch, as Coach Warren would say. Heckman going to lead. Toss over. Again, if you're on first, you're kind of watching that back foot. That'll tell you if he's coming over to first. He's got to step off the rubber. There he goes. Staying alive. Grant, who do the Brewers got tonight?
They're at Washington.
At the Nationals. Had a big series. 11 runs one game, 13 the next, and 2 in the middle. But they won the series. There he goes. Right back up the middle it goes. Heckman rounding second. Wolfel gets it in from center field. And they got a little rally going here. Aiden with a
Now batting for
single.
Third baseman number 17, Jackson Franz.
And Heston moves down to second. That brings up Jackson Franz, the third baseman for the Buccaneers. Nice curve. Schuda not too worried about the runner at second. Not doing much to hold him on. One and one the count. Popped up. And it's going behind us. I don't see any kids chasing down that one. Here in Marathon, you chase down a foul ball, you get a Mr. Freeze pop. Oh, there's someone giving chase. Candy bar in one hand, and he'll be coming back with a Mr. Freeze pop in the other. And golf down the third base line, foul. 1-2 the count. To the third baseman, Franz. Check swing. Pitch. Little high, held. Little high. Seven seniors on the field tonight for the Prentice Buccaneers. That's a good number if you get that many seniors. Curveball, and he goes down swinging. So after getting guys on first and second with 2 outs,
In the top of the first
Ian
inning,
Schuda comes through with a
Prentice
strikeout for the third out, and down goes Prentice. So after a half an inning here in Marathon, it's the Prentice Buccaneers nothing, and the home team Marathon Red Raiders coming to bat. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfein Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Welcome back to Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders are taking on the visiting Prentice Buccaneers. And Prentice Buccaneers, really weird, 8 seniors, really a senior-heavy team. I know in the past, Prentice has had trouble fielding a team or the whole year, so it's nice to see them having a team. But by having that many seniors in a small school, it doesn't look like they have a lot of kids coming up, so we may see what future years it brings for the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had runners on first and second with 2 out until Ian Schuda decided to pull a curveball and struck out Jason Franz for the third out and put the rally to bed. That brings up bottom of the first. Quillen Conkle leading it off for the Red Raiders. Quillen very deliberate at the plate, likes to take his time. Very methodical. Hits the outside corner. Jones likes to work fast. Gets the signal and goes right to work. I assume if you're a defensive behind you kind of like that. You're ready to on it. We had a pitcher a couple weeks ago from Auburn, from Assumption, that took his time, and Marathon batters had enough, kept calling timeout. Quillen Q, as they call him. Q works the count, 3-1 in his favor. Down to second baseman, gloves, throws, and retired. Zach Stanky At second baseman, fields it cleanly.
Batting next for Marathon, shortstop, number 3, Blake Underwood.
For the first out. That brings up Blake Underwood, the shortstop. Two and 0. Three and 0 in Blake's favor. Sure, he's got the stop sign. Don't swing. And he didn't. Takes it. Blake shaking his head in a little bit of disagreement, but his vote does not count. Full count. Ooh, that was close. But Blake Underwood draws a walk here in the bottom of the first.
Batting next for Marathon, second
Up
baseman,
comes
number 6,
True Thurs, the second base. True pitched a whale of a game last night against the Stratford Tigers. Allowed one hit. And that was in the fourth inning, I believe. Recht is not hitter, but due to the work of the outfielder Salber and the cutoff Underwood, they gunned him trying to stretch a single into a double, and down he sat. Not a really good base running. Well, it's a big blunder on that when you're down that far. You try to stretch it in, but the defense took care of it. True Thurs works at 2-0. True Thurs going to Madison next fall as a student. There goes Underwood. Going down, and he's in there in time. Stolen base for Underwood. Aggressive on the base paths. You got to like it. Underwood a good lead at second. And there goes ball 4. 2 consecutive walks.
Now batting for
Given up by
Marathon,
Jones.
designated hitter, number 24, Blake McCain.
Blake McCain, the DH, batting for Grant Salber, the left fielder. Grant had a great defensive play last night against Stratford. The ball was hit over his head. He stayed with it, played it off the fence, and hit Underwood for an out. Blake McCain has really accepted his DH role. Got to be kind of hard just not being involved in the game in any way but DHing, especially as a high schooler. But there's no position Blake can beat anyone out, but he's a darn good hitter. And he pops that up. Behind the third baseman, coming in, makes the play, the left fielder. That time, Corbin Toombs, a left fielder. Corrals that one in.
Now batting for Marathon,
Blake
center
McCain.
fielder, number 11,
That's
Drew
7.
Werfel.
Second out. Rufel's a center fielder. Blake went the opposite way that time. Toombs, a left-hander. High and inside. Little rally here for Marathon. First and second. 2 out. Underwood dancing at second. Wolfel grounds it right back up the middle. Takes a big hop. House makes the pickup, and here comes Underwood. They're not going to have a play on him, and in comes Underwood for the first run of the game. Blake Underwood. Wolfel drives a single right back up the middle. Thurs goes to second on that one.
Now batting for Marathon, first baseman, number 21,
First baseman, Owen Krauser. The old proverbial walks will kill you, and it did that time. 2 consecutive walks, and one of them just came around to score. Krauser, the first baseman, junior. I got a three-sport athlete. Pops it up, right field, coming in for the third out. The right fielder, Ryder Jones, retires Krauser. Krauser goes down F9 for the third out, but nonetheless, Wolfville drives in a run, drives in Blake Underwood for the first run of the game, and after one inning of play, here on Zaleski Sports, it's Marathon 1 and the visiting Buccaneers nothing. Back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
When you need automotive repairs or parts, you know right where you're headed. Parts City Auto Parts in Marathon has everything you could need to keep your vehicle on the road and looking great. Whether you're looking for replacement parts, better performance, or auto accessories, it's all right here under one roof at Parts City Auto Parts. Jump online and head to PartsCityAuto.com and you can search for just what you need, or you can stop in person on Pine Street, just off Main Street in Marathon.
Back here in Marathon, we're Lead Car Toyota of Wausau. Discover unbeatable deals and award-winning service at Lead Car Toyota Wausau. Your full-service destination for everything Toyota, including our state-of-the-art collision center. Find us on North 20th Avenue in Wausau. And we're here in Marathon, where after one inning of play, Marathon has jumped out due to an RBI single by Drew Wolfville, bringing in Blake Underwood for a 1-0 lead. And after 5 warm-up pitches, the throw goes down to second. And for the Buccaneers, Noah Gruber, the DH, batting for Corbin Toombs, the left fielder.
The second inning for Prentice, designated hitter, number 13.
Again, a twilight doubleheader tonight. After this game, the Spencer Rockets will make an appearance on Raider Field. Prentice had runners on first and second with 2 outs in the top of the first. Shooter struck out Franz in that threat. Down the third base line, that one's going to end up out of play. Grant Salberg gets it in. One and one. Little low, nice looking pitch. Sure would have wanted it, but he didn't get it. Blows a fastball by him. 2-2 the count. Nice looking pitch. Didn't chase. Goes full. You don't want to live on the range on the edge of full counts the whole game. Not a lot of success in doing that. Popped up. Grant Salber goes back. Left field. Still drifting back. Still drifting on. Makes a nice catch. That ball just kept carrying that time, and Grant Salber stayed with it to make a nice play for the first out. That brings up
Right fielder, number 6,
Ryder Jones, the right fielder. Ryder ended the Marathon rally last inning. Krauser popped up to him in right field. 1 out. 1-1. All right, baseball people here, I got a question for you. Baseball's a game of numbers. Okay, got 2 geniuses up here, a couple more. Then how come when it's a, whatever they call it, 0-2? O is a letter. So why do they call it 0-2 when baseball's a game of numbers? Shouldn't they say 0-2? Something to ponder. Think about that. 0-2, it's an alphabet. Should be a number. It's one of those YS. Trev, you got an answer to that one? Trev, did he got an answer to that one?
Which one?
How come it's 0-2 an alphabet instead of 0-2 in baseball? It's a game of numbers. We're all befuddled. There we go. Grounder. Underwood charges, gloves, throws, and it's in time. Nice stretch by Krauser that time. Jones grounds it out to Underwood that time. Had a little bobble there, but Krauser did a nice job with the stretch at first. Grady May's the first baseman. So it looks like the previous question remains unanswered. All the genius up here were befuddled. Pop, there we go, grounded to Underwood, a short, picks, throws, and down goes Grady May, the first baseman. So Underwood retires 2 in a row. 2 ground outs to Underwood, and that ends after inning and a half here in Marathon. It is the Marathon Red Raiders 1, and coming to bat in the bottom of the second. And we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Back here in Marathon after inning and a half of play. The Red Raiders lead the Buccaneers 1-0 after an inning and a half. Coming to bat, the pitcher, Ian Shuda. Last inning went 1-2-3 for Shuda. A flyout and 2 grounders to Underwood, the shortstop. 2 nice plays by Krauser, the first baseman, to corral him in. Pitcher on pitcher here. Shuda pitcher, facing the pitcher, Jones. Oh, and 1 the count. I'm sorry, 1-0. Pop behind us. Count goes 2-1. If I'm a kid and I get that foul ball, I think I'd change a freeze pop in for a hot chocolate or something. Shuda, hits a little flare. Hardy Heckman had him played perfect. Took 2 steps to the right and reached up and kind of snared that one. 4-0. So Shuda lines out to the shortstop for the first out. That brings up Brayson Schneider, the catcher, getting the start tonight. Marathon has 3 reliable catchers to use. Schneider, Owen Krauser, and True Thurs have all seen time behind the plate this year. Schneider pops it up behind us. First base side. Falls behind, 0-2. 1 out. They would like to thank Marathon Flooring. Bring your home to the next level with a new floor, carpet, or upgrade from Marathon Flooring. Marathon Flooring, transforming your home from the ground up. Again, I always thank the sponsors for making this available to us to see anywhere in the States. So grounds it to the second baseman that time. Picks, throws, and Stanky retires Schneider.
Batting next for Marathon.
4-3 for the second out. Stanky, the second baseman, made a couple nice plays today. Yeah, whether you're watching on TV, screen, or computer, thank you for supporting high school athletics. The Brew, first time up today. Pops it up, drifting behind the first baseman. This could drop, but Sankey, the second baseman, ranges deep in the behind the first baseman to retire DeBrew for the third out. And after 2 complete innings here in Marathon for Merriwood Conference baseball action, it's Marathon 1 and the visiting Buccaneers nothing. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Weeks Pub and Grill, located in Rib Falls. Open 7 days a week. Now serving breakfast on Sunday mornings from 8 to 11:30 a.m. A proud supporter of all Edgar athletic teams. Follow us on Facebook for our specials and upcoming events. Thank you to the Edgar community for your continued support.
Back here in Marathon for the the top of the third. Marathon still leads the Buccaneers Apprentice 1-0. Marathon scored a run in the first. Last inning went 1-2-3 for both pitchers. Shooter retired to side in the top of second, 1-2-3, and Jones returned to the favor, 1-2-3 in the bottom of second. Sankey, the second baseman, made some nice plays for the Buccaneers.
Leading off the top of the third.
And here we go in the top of the third. Zach Sankey. But there's a lot of times when a guy makes a couple nice plays defensively, always seems to be the first one up in the next inning. The number 9 hitter, Sankey, the second baseman, grounds it foul past DeBrew, the third baseman. All right, Grant, here's a question for you. First baseman extraordinary, would you rather play on a grass infield or a dirt infield?
Grass.
Slows the ball down? Okay.
Less bad hops.
That would make sense. Unless it hits the lip of the grass, huh? Yeah.
What are the odds of that? Not super high.
0-2, Shuda jumps out in front. Nice pitch by that was a nice breaking ball by Shuda. It froze Sankey that time for the first out. Second strikeout of the game for Shuda.
Hardy Heckman.
That brings up the top of the order, the shortstop, Hardy Heckman. Part of the Prentice Buccaneers state tournament basketball team this year. Heckman grounds it in. Krauser covering his Shuda. Nice job. Fundamentals at its best. Heckman grounds out 3-1. And you can tell they're well schooled on it. Anytime that ball is hit to that side of the infield, the pitcher knows he's got to cover first. And Shuda, as soon as that ball is hit, he was covering first. Krauser called him off, made the play. Nice job. 2 down. That brings up Ledger Jones, the pitcher. Lined out to DeBrew in the first. Popped up, straight up in front of us. Shooter coming in, calling everyone off, and retires Jones for the third out of the game. Fly out to the pitcher, and 3 out. So, back here on Zaleski Sports, we'll be back for the bottom of 3 here on Zaleski Sports in Marathon. Back after these announcements.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
Working with Access Insurance, we are a team so you don't just get one of us, you get all four of us.
Access Insurance Agency. Our business revolves around you.
Back in Marathon with Trevor on the board.
Leading off the
After
bottom
2.5,
of the
it's still the Marathon Red Raiders 1 and the
Quillen
Prentice
Kunkel.
Buccaneers nothing. Leading off the bottom of third will be the right fielder, Quillen Kunkel. Quillen grounded out to Sankey, the second baseman, his first time up, 0 for 1. Takes a ball outside. Jones relying on his defense tonight. Has not struck out anyone. Defense has done their job behind him. They've only given up one hit tonight, as Shuda has. Taken all the way. Takes it inside. There's another base on balls.
Batting next for Marathon, shortstop number 3, Blake Underwood.
For the Red Raiders. Third walk given up by Jones. As I said the first inning, walks kill you. Let's see if that's the case this inning. Underwood, no official at bat, walked in the first and scored on Wolfel's RBI single up the middle. Bales. No one wants to take one for the team tonight. A little cold. I'm taking his time. Cleaned off on the plate. With a bunt, nice bunt by Underwood. Little sacrifice bunt, moves Kunkel down to first. Sacrifice for Underwood. Nice job.
Batting next for Marathon,
That brings up
second
a
baseman,
runner
number 6, True Thurs.
for True Thirds. Walked in the first, 0 for 1. Boy, there's a big hole between second baseman and the second base itself. Look at that hole. True gets it in there. Hits a gapper. Outside. And a little low. One's across the board. 1-1, 1 out. And 1 run for the Raiders. Good secondary lead by Kunkel. Grounded to Sankey at second base. Picks, throws, and that moves Kunkel to third. Sankey retires
Batting next for
thirds.
Marathon, designated hitter number 24, Blake McCain.
For the second out. Blake McCain. Float to left fielder. Toombs in the first. 2 down, runner on third. Kunkel. Jones doing a nice job keeping the Red Raiders off balance tonight. Count goes 2-1. Kane drives one to center field. Holtz can't make the play and drops in front of him, and around comes, jogging in from third, is Kunkel. McCain with an RBI single, second hit of the game for the Red Raiders. Drew Wolfel, RBI single in the first. And again, walks kill ya. Leadoff walk by Kunkel came around to score. Wolfel pops it up behind us. Oh, someone must have made a nice catch behind us.
What's like the difference? Because I feel like there's like 8.
0-1.
And I imagine they're kind of all the same.
0-2 now. Wolfel falls behind in the count. There's a blast from the pass. Kevin Underwood makes a nice catch, and Wolfel grounds it. Heckman coming in from 30, bobbles it, and Wolfel's going to be safe. Would he have made it, Grant, or not? Oh, the official score were Jory? Huh?
I think an error.
Jory thinks an error. Trav, you got any ideas?
Marathon first baseman, number 21.
Probably an
Owen
error.
Error, okay. It goes down as an error. E6. McCain moves to second. Wolfel on first. That brings up Krauser. Krauser flew out to right fielder, the first. First and second. One run across already for the Red Raiders. Krauser fouls it back. McCain at second with leadoff. Krauser pounds it to Sankey at second base. Picks, throws, and retires Krauser for the third out. Sankey pretty active at second base tonight for the third out. But the Red Raiders push one across on an RBI single by Blake McCain. After 3 complete innings, it's 2-0 Raiders over the visiting Buccaneers. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep, and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us. Marathon's favorite bowling alley and family fun center is Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon. Birthday parties, nights out with the family, night leagues, dinner with the family, and so much more is all under one roof at Marathon Sports Center. Open for lunch and dinner on Wednesday through Sunday with a menu that includes burgers, pizza, nachos, Friday fish fry, and so much more. You'll love the fun, energetic atmosphere with plenty of TVs to watch the big game and plenty of space for your next celebration or event at Marathon Sports Center on Highway 107 in Marathon.
Back here in Marathon for the top of the fourth inning. Hey, we'd like to thank Great Lakes Cheese in Watts offers a state-of-the-art facility with your excellent benefits, pay, culture, and so much more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path. Learn more and apply at GreatLakesCheese.com. So after 3.5,
Top of the fourth inning for Prentice.
pushing across a run in the bottom of the third, the Red Raiders take a 2-0 lead entering the fourth inning. Leading off will be the catcher, Heston Heckman. 0 for 1, got on with an error in the first, was stranded. And Shuda finds the strike zone on that one. Gets a signal. Good block by Schneider, gets his body in front of it. Hey, we'd like to thank Peterson Kramer Funeral Home is committed to providing personal and compassionate care for each customer. Let Peterson Kramer Funeral Home step up for you in your time of need. Balled off. Shoot ahead in the count. Jan Deck batter chases the ball down. Gives it to the guy in the blue. course, it'd be black. Ooh, looked good. They always call the umps blue. All right, Grant, they call the umps blue, but how come they wear black?
Hey, sometimes they wear blue.
I know. So do you call them black or do you call them blue?
Call them black
Okay.
if you want to.
Call them anything you want. Just don't. Oh, rip down the third baseman's head over to Brugge. Sauber on the stop. Gets it back in. Then Heckman with a line shot to left field over to Brugge's head. Give him a single on that one. Second hit of the game for the Buccaneers, and that brings up Adam House, the center fielder. 1 for 1. Had the other base hit back in the first. Buccaneers are the runner on first, no outs, top of 4. Good block by Schneider. Again, really important to get that glove down in that body in front of that ball that hits the dirt. Pick off, not in time. Boy, if you order a hot hamburger today, you better eat it quick because it's going to be a cold burger before you know it. 2-0 to House, the center fielder. There we go, Shuda. Heston Heckman getting a good secondary lead on the pitch. Ball back. 2s. There goes. Good block. Heckman with a stolen base. Down to second he goes. No outs. Runner in scoring position for House. Count goes full. Tie and shoe timeout. We're back at her. Full count. And he walks him.
No batting for Prentice. Third baseman, number 17, Jackson Friends.
House back on base again. Jackson Friends, the third baseman, a strikeout victim in the first. Started something big maybe for Prentice. Ripped over the shortstop's head. Sauber gets it back in right away. Boy, they were sitting fastball on that one, and Jackson Franz drills it in the gap between Underwood and DeBrew. And Heckman advances to third, and House, the center fielder, goes to second. There's no out. Schilling takes a timeout to gather the troops at the mug. And hey, speaking of the mug, Copper Mug, Marathon's favorite place for holiday, festive, and local home decor, is the Copper Mug. This local gem is filled with excellent gifts for friends and family and a great selection of woodwork, handmade items, and so much more. Find them on Facebook or stop by the Copper Mug in Marathon. Coach Schilling making sure everyone knows where we're going in here. There's no outs. Owner, do you come home? Do you turn 2? Everyone's got to be on the same page. Outfield's got to know where to go. Heckman, a little bit of speed on third. Shooter, let's see if he can get out of it. No outs. Two straight walks. Leadoff single by Heckman. 2 straight walks given up by Shuda. Got him in a little bit of a jam here. See if he can work his way out of it. Ball runner's getting a nice lead. There, shooter goes fastball. The DH, Noah Gruber, flew out to right field, flew out to left field in the second. A little low. Shooter's going to have to figure this out. There's nowhere to put him. If you're to him, you're Gruber, you're thinking fastball. Count goes 3-1. Shooter having trouble finding that strike zone. Pop behind us. Goes full. Grounded back up the middle. That's going to score one. Oh, Underwood, nice job. Grounded right back up the middle. Heckman comes home on that play, but Underwood covering in shortstop position.
Now batting for Prentice.
Grabs the ball,
Ryder
steps on second for the force out, and then over to first to get Gruber the DH for the second out that time. Ryder Jones, the right fielder, coming up. Nice job by Underwood. Right back at shooter, got past him. Underwood comes from as deep in the hole. No one on that, and that time, House goes over to third. But the Buccaneers do get one run across, and they're with the 2-1. Pitcher's best friend came into play that time. A ground ball double play, courtesy of Underwood in short. There we go, Shuda. Evens it up at 2s. Count goes full again to Shuda. He's been living there a little bit too many times tonight. You don't want to live there. You only want to visit it once in a while. Popped up behind us. Little high, Shuda walks another one. Ryder Jones, the right fielder, now on first base, courtesy of a walk.
Now batting for Prentice, first baseman number 44, Grady May.
Third walk of the inning given up by Shuda. Runners on the corners. Four walks given up by Shuda already to the Buccaneers. Grady May, the first baseman, now batting. Grounded out to Underwood the first time up. There it goes again. Underwood covers. Takes it himself for the last out of the inning. So, but the Buccaneers push a run across at bases loaded on a ground double play. Was able to get Heckman in, and they pushed a run across. Now it's 2-1 going into the bottom of the fourth. We'll be back at these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Back in Marathon, the Buccaneers are hanging tough against the Red Raiders. 2-1, the Red Raiders lead. Going into the bottom of the fourth. Leading off in the bottom of the fourth, again, is Ian Schuda for the second time. Lined out to the shortstop, Heckman, his first time up. 0 for 1. Popped up. Looks like Heckman, the shortstop, is calling everyone off, and he makes the play. F6 for the first out. That brings up Brayson Schneider. Grounded out to Stanky. His first time up, 0 for 1. Schneider, the catcher, soft. Popped up. Sankey going back to second baseman, makes the play. And Schneider's retired by Sankey again. Second time this game that Sankey's retired Schneider.
Marathon, third baseman, number 4, Evan DeBrew.
Now brings up Evan DeBrew. Popped up to Sankey in the second. 0 for 1. Thought maybe that wasn't those immaculate innings where 3 pitches, 3 outs. But nonetheless, it didn't just happen. DeBrew says no way. Oh, Heckman deep in the hole on that one. And official score, Grant and Jory, both hits are theirs. Hit deep in the hole. We'll give DeBrew a hit on that one.
For Marathon, right fielder, number 2, Quillen Kunkel.
Quillen Kunkel. A walk and a ground out. Back to first goes DeBrew. I would have to agree with the hit. Heckman had to go deep in the hole on that one. I don't know if he would have got DeBrew. Agreed. Kunkel pulls one foul. 2 outs here in the bottom of 4. That was a nice pitch by Jones. Ledger Jones is a pitcher. Down to second goes DeBrew on the pass ball. Runner in scoring position now. Kunkel scored on a base hit by McCain in the third. Two's on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs for the Red Raiders. Kunkel pops it up. And the third baseman makes the call, and it lands in his glove. So he pops out to the third baseman front. Pop up to
no runs, 1 hit, no errors,
for 3 outs, but
score after 4 complete.
DeBrew, after singling of 2 outs, is stranded on second base. And with that in mind, it's still 2-1 Red Raiders or the visiting Buccaneers. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
it's easy.
Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, You found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, there is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
Back in Marathon with a pitcher duel between Jones and Shuda, a 2-1 lead for the home team. Red Raiders, the visiting Buccaneers, coming to bat in the top of the 5. Shuda kind of struggling with his control a little bit. 4 to 5 walks given up so far. Only one is coming to score. But we also like to thank Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has a winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. And leading off is the second baseman, Zach Sankey. Zach's had an active night so far. Involved in 5 putouts so far. Ripped right to Underwood. Underwood had him played perfect that time. He didn't have to impress anyone with his jumping ability. Lined out to the shortstop for the first out. That brings up in the top of 5. Hardy Heckman, the shortstop. Lined out and grounded out. See if Shuda can find the strike zone. Struggled last inning. There he goes. Gets him going after a breaking ball. High. Good waste. Hoping he'd chase. Heckman didn't. 0 for 2, Heckman. And he went after one. He got past Schneider. And he's going to get down to first. Counts as a strikeout, but nonetheless, oops. Schneider he kind of struggles on that throw down to first. I think he gets a little nervous or a little flustered, and when he throws down to first, it's offline and in the ground. But Heckman gets on. Nonetheless, squares a bunt. Nice bunt. Let it go foul. There it goes. Good job by Schneider that time. That was a nice bunt by Jones. Schneider almost had to let that go foul because he wouldn't have got Jones. Goes down as a strike. Jones 0 for 2. A line out and a pop-up. Squares the bunt again. Takes high. DeBrew charging from third. Crowler staying at first. Pickoff move. Nope. Checks the runner. Squares the bunt again. Nice bunt in front of the plate. Only play. Down to first. And he's retired. So the sacrifice by Jones. Moves Heckman to second. The second out retired.
For Prentice, catcher,
3.
33, Heston Heckman.
Heston Heckman scored the only run last inning after a series of walks. Led off with a single. And a series of walks got him to third. He scored on a unassisted double play by Underwood. Kind of helped Shuda out of inning. As the infamous Euchre would say, just a bit outside and high. Pickoff play. Nope. Trying to keep Hardy close to second so a single doesn't score him. 1 for 2. Down the third baseline and foul. See if Shuda can find a way out of this. Runner on second. Due to a pass ball. Popped up. Right field. In comes Kunkel, and he makes the play. Kunkel drifts over from his right field position to make the play for the third out, and they strand a runner at second. So after top of 4, it is 2-1. Marathon Red Raiders over the visiting Buccaneers. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Back here in Marathon, we're Shear Construction, a sponsor of tonight's Marywood Conference baseball game. Shear Construction with an office right here in Wausau. Shear Construction offers commercial and custom home construction experience throughout Wisconsin. For your next construction project, look no further than Shear Construction. Check out their beautiful work at shearconstruction.com. Underwood leading off here in the bottom of 5, takes a strike. Underwood a walk and a sacrifice. Not an official at bat yet, but did score a run in the first. Three hits given up by Jones so far. Bounced in the dirt. Both pitchers. Jones doing a nice job. Shuda struggles, but finds his way out of a jam, and Underwood goes fishing and comes up empty. 2-2. Takes one high. Ball count. Popped it up. House in center field. Drifts in to retire Underwood. 8 for the first out.
Number 6,
Truthers. A walk. And a line out to the first baseman. Or a pop up to the first baseman. 1 out. Nice pitch by Jones. Outside, hey, Hefferman Learning Center. When school feels overwhelming, families need support they can trust. Hefferman Learning Center provides personalized academic tutoring and skill development to help students feel confident, capable, and supported. Find more at heffermanlearning.com. Thurs works the count, 2-1. Still in the bottom of 5. Drills one to Stanky at second. 2 Hopper, picks, and retires Thurs. For the second out, that brings up McCain. DHing for Grant Sulber, the left fielder. McCain, 1 for 2. a single, but he also has an RBI to his credit. Haferman involved in a lot of plays so far. Six defensive putouts now for Haferman. McCain inches ahead in the count. 2-0. Ground one foul. Almost in the dugout of the Marathon Red Raiders. Once Jones gets pitching, he pitches quick, keeps that sweat going. McCain down the first base line, going back. Hey, touch 'em all for Blake McCain. Couldn't see that one going, watched right field, and McCain drills one over the right fielder's head for a good old-fashioned four-bagger. So Blake McCain adds to the run with a good old-fashioned home run there for Blake McCain. Second RBI of the game for McCain. That pushes the lead to 3-1 for the Red Raiders. 275 there and down the right field line versus 300. Was that 300 in the right left field? 300, yep. Yeah, left-handers like that short porch out there. Second home run of the year for the Red Raiders. True Thirds has one. Now Blake McCain adds to the total. Blake McCain, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Brings up Drew Wolfel, 1 for 2 on with an error. And a single. Goes to right field, out of play, along the first base line. 1-2 the count. Ground it to Heckman again. Heckman gloves, throws, and down goes Wolfel for the third out.
In the bottom of the fifth inning,
three outs. But due to McCain's home run, they take a 3-1 lead after 5 complete. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
For the
When you need automotive repairs or parts, you know right where you're headed. Parts City Auto Parts in Marathon has everything you could need to keep your vehicle on the road and looking great. Whether you're looking for replacement parts, better performance, or auto accessories, it's all right here under one roof at Parts City Auto Parts. Jump online and head to PartsCityAuto.com and you can search for just what you need, or you can stop in person on Pine Street, just off Main Street in Marathon.
Hey, we're back here in Marathon, courtesy of Blake McCain adding a run, the home run version. Jumps the lead up to 3-1. Hey, we'd like to thank Marathon Spine and Wellness. Too many people live in pain and injuries. At Marathon Spine and Wellness, the goal is to get you back to enjoying the activities you love pain-free. With years of experience cutting technological options, including shockwave therapy, laser therapy, dry needling, chiropractic, therapeutic exercises, and more. Take the first step towards getting back to the you that you deserve. Call Marathon Spine and Wellness for an appointment today. Marathon Spine and Wellness, move better, live better, feel better. And Marathon's feeling pretty good after the Blake McCain home run in the bottom of 5. And that brings up for the visiting Buccaneers, in-house, the center fielder. A walk and a single. Pops it up. One and one. Give Schutt a little bit more breathing room. Both teams playing really well. Popped up. Wolfel going back, still going back, still going back, still going back, and now House got all of that one in a hurry, and House comes in the second. Wow. That one got up in the win, and House put a charge in that one with a double. House, 2 for 2.
Third baseman, number 17, Jackson.
Boy, he took that one deep. That hit at the base of the fence at 400. And that brings up Jackson Franz, the third baseman, 0 for 2. That's popped up. Conkel's got a beat on it in right field, and Franz goes down. F9 for the first out.
Batting for Prentice, designated hitter.
DH.
Noah Gruber.
Noah Gruber, DHing for the left fielder, Corbin Toombs. Gruber, a fly out and a ground out. Hit into a double play. And that was a swing where I think I was fooled on that one. On that curveball, and he was. Shooter's got to work out of a base runner at second. Schneider keeps it in front of him. One and one. House at second. Drilled. Thirds gloves. And retires Gruber for the second out. And with that, House moves to third with 2 outs. That brings up Ryder Jones, the right fielder. A walk
Right fielder, number 6,
and a ground out.
Ryder Jones.
0 for 1. House at third. Way over his head. Here he comes. He's got to play on him. They got to play, and they're going to get House at home. Nice job. That gets past Schneider way above his head. House comes rumbling in from third and really didn't stand a chance that time, and they got House trying to steal at home, and he's retired. 2-1 for the third out.
Marathon 3.
So with that in mind, coming to bat here in the next inning, Marathon maintains a 3-1 lead. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Back here for the bottom of the 6th. Kind of an eventful inning that time, especially in a House drills one to center field, the deepest part, gets a double, goes to third, and on a pass ball, he tries to score. Not well advised, and he was dead by about 4 feet. Nice job by Schneider turning and chasing down, and really good job by Schuta covering that time to retire House, trying to steal home on the pass ball. That gets him out of an inning. Oh, and we also have a pitching change. House now moves from center field and takes the place of Jones, who goes in his spot in center field. So House is now pitching in place of Jones here in the bottom of 6. Krauser leading off, 0 for 2. Balled off. I'm sure if you're Marathon, you'd like an insurance run or two. Krauser a pop-up and a ground out to Sankey, the second baseman. Ball back again. Spencer Rockets have now arrived in the batting cage, getting loose before the second game, scheduled to start at 7 or earlier. Bounced in. Bounced again, short. 2-2 the count. Crows are looking for something he can hit. Bounced again. Also having trouble. All three pitches have hit the dirt at the plate. And bounces the fourth one. So Krauser draws a walk. Goes down the first with no out. That brings up Shuda, the pitcher. A line out and a fly out to the shortstop. Shuda 0 for 2. Krauser getting lead at first. Squares the bunt. Shuda takes the ball. Squares, takes one again. 6 straight balls by House. Can't quite find the strike zone. Strike, attempted, missed. 2-1. I see when Shoot, he puts down a bunt. Being left-hander, he's got speed to beat something out. Pick off. Squares again, high. Out of his 8 pitches, House is only throwing 1 strike so far. Squares, finds the strike zone. Count goes full, no outs. Outside and House walks him. So 2 consecutive walks for the Marathon Red Raiders. And we're going to get a sermon on the mound here. We'd like to also thank Underwood Construction for a custom-built home. You want to work with the best, and Underwood Construction is the best. Right here in Marathon is a perfect place to turn. For your next home building experience, look to Underwood Construction here in Marathon. And if you're driving around Marathon and something happens to your car, hey, take it to J&R Auto for automotive repair and detailing. Marathon turns to J&R Auto on Main Street. Everything from check engine lights, brakes, exhaust, suspension, and more. No matter the automotive problem, J&R Auto is here to help. That's J&R Auto for your auto repair needs. So, a sermon on the mound has occurred. And we have a pitching change. No, all stays in there. That brings up Schneider, the catcher. Grounded out and flew out to the second baseman, Stanky. 0 for 2. Squares the bunt and takes one for the team. Hit by pitch. There we go. That loads the bases now.
No batting for Marathon. Third baseman, number 4, Evan DeBrew.
Evan DeBrew. A flyout and a single. 1 for 2. DeBrew, the third baseman, defensively. Bases loaded, no outs. House having trouble finding that strike zone. Ooh, that was a gift. 1-1. No outs, nowhere to put him. DeBrew is looking for something right down the middle. Fouls it off. 1-2. I hate to tell you this, Trevor, but when the sun comes in the window, it's really warm right here.
That's good. It's good to be warm.
Yeah. There it is. No, here it comes. Hey, there we go. Pinch running that time. Colton Stevens gets a run scored. Pinch runner that time for Owen Krauser. Comes in there. And good aggressive running. As soon as he saw that ball get past him, he went right away. And everyone advanced one more base. 2-2 now to DeBrew. And good decisive running by Stevens that time. As soon as he knew it was past him, he was attacking it right away. Slides in underneath the tag. Scores first official run on varsity. DeBrew, no outs yet. DeBrew hits one to center. Jones going back. Tagging a Shuda, and they're not going to get him. Shuda comes in to score for the second run in the inning. Sacrifice fly by DeBrew.
No batting for Marathon. Right fielder, number 2, Quillen Kunkel.
For the first out. Schneider stays at second. That brings up Kunkel. A walk, a fly out, and a ground out. 1 for 3. Still in the bottom of 6. 2 runs have come across so far. Stretched the lead to 5-1 for the Red Raiders. Grounded right back up the middle for Kunkel. And Tessini gets through. And around to score from second comes Schneider for another run. Kunkel with a single. And an RBI. That brings up Underwood. And there's only one out.
Shortstop, number 3, Blake Underwood.
Underwood. A walk. A ground out. And he popped up. 1 for 3. Only one out for the Red Raiders. Since House came in, they've really jumped on him. House having some control problems. Been forced to throw some fastballs. And the Red Raiders have jumped on it. Kunkel gets a lead at first. Underwood drives one into the gap, and it's going to drop in the gap. And here comes Kunkel, and they're going to send him all the way from first, and then there's going to be a play on him, and Kunkel's going to be out. Nice relay that time. Underwood with a double that time. Okay, gets a double like then. Kunkel tried to score all the way around, but he is gunned down. 8-6-2 for the second out. Underwood stands at second. Looks like he had a chance coming around second, but that ball came in quick, and Kunkel, not the fleetest on foot, was gunned down at home for the second out. That brings up thirds. A walk and 2 of pop-up and a ground out. 0 for 2. Grounded. I don't know how that guy. Nice job by Franz. He kind of looked in his. If he would have looked in his hand, he would have found a quarter in the other hand. Franz. Thurs goes down. 5-3 for the third out. And after they push 3 across there in the bottom of 6 and the top of 7, that brings up the Prentice Buccaneers. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Weeks Pub and Grill, located in Rib Falls. Open 7 days a week. Now serving breakfast on Sunday mornings from 8 to 11:30 a.m. A proud supporter of all Edgar athletic teams. Follow us on Facebook for our specials and upcoming events. Thank you to the Edgar community for your continued support.
Chuck Wolfel and Trevor Lexi back here in Marathon, where after Marathon pushes 3 across in the bottom of the 6, puts a crooked number on the board to take a 6-1 lead going into the top of the 7th versus the visiting Prentice Buccaneers. Shooter got to get a little confidence going, knowing you got a 5-run lead here. All you got to do is throw strikes, let your defense behind you play. And that brings up Ryder Jones. The right fielder was at bat when House tried to attempt to steal home on a pass ball. House was called out. Ryder still at the plate. Goes golfing and misses. Shooter's got to feel a little bit relaxed. He can just throw now. Doesn't have to worry about a run or two. Just worry about the batter. Popped up. 1-2. Ryder Jones, a walk and a ground out to the shortstop. 0 for 1 officially. Big old bender comes in a little high. It looked pretty. 1-2, good waste. There's a strike 3 for Shuda, and down goes Ryder Jones for a strikeout victim for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for Prentice, first baseman, number 44, Grady May.
4th strikeout for Shuda tonight. Grady May, the first baseman. 2 groundouts to short, and back goes Kunkel, the right fielder, and now a pop-up to the right fielder for the second out, and that brings up Zach Stanky, the second baseman. A strikeout and a line out to the shortstop.
Now batting for Prentice, second baseman, number 10, Zachary Starkey.
Two outs here in the top of 7. Red Raiders on cruise. Hey, we'd like to thank Access Insurance for all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs. There's always a local agent you can look at Access Insurance. Have a friend in your corner to customize the coverage you need. Learn more at accessinsurance.net. Access Insurance Agency, their business revolves around you. You're covered with them. Here comes Shuda. Rip down the third base line into left field. Sauber over there to make the play. He gets it back in. Sankey with a single. That brings up Hardy Heckman. Infinity Exteriors, installing a peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust at Infinity Exteriors. Hardy Heckman, 0 for 3, a strikeout. A ground. Oh, and there he goes. Sankey goes down to second on the pass ball. Heckman, a pop-up, a ground out, and a strikeout. But he advanced to first on the pass ball. Popped up. Owen Krauser should make the play. Shuda instead says, I got it, and Shuda does recover him. So that takes care of the Prentice Buccaneers in the top of the 7th. So that ends the game here tonight at Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders, the home team, defeats the visiting Prentice Buccaneers 6-1. And we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports. Again, thank you for all the sponsors, and we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size.
Back here in Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders in a Merriwood Conference crossover game versus the Prentice Buccaneers have come out on the victorious side, 6-1. It was a really good game through 5 innings. It was 2-1. Marathon had the lead, 2-1. Good old-fashioned pitchers duel, looking good. All of a sudden, Blake McCain steps to the plate in the 5th and says, "Well, sorry, fellas, time for me to decide this game's going in our favor." And he took one deep to the right field fence and popped it over for a solo home run, the 2nd of the year for the Red Raiders, and they bumped the lead to 3-1. That forced Prentice to make a pitching change. Pitcher and record there, Ledger Jones was doing a really nice jog, just cruising, probably got tired, and they had to bring him Adam House, and Adam had a rough time finding a strike zone, and they gave up 3 more runs to the Marathon Red Raiders, and that stretched the lead to 7-1. So after that, the Marathon retired the side and retired the Prentice Buccaneers in the bottom of the 7th, and to take a victorious non-conference win over the visiting Prentice Buccaneers. And that leads us to where we have the 2nd game of the night's scheduled game for tonight. Will be the Spencer Rockets make a trip eastward here to Marathon to take on the Marathon Red Raiders in a non-conference game. But again, in the seeding purposes, that's kind of nice because a lot of these teams, if they're in your sectional or in your division, any win helps against a team that's in your division that you can win, helps with the seeding purposes, because Marathon and Stratford are in a really, really tough sectional this year. So with that in mind, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors again for supporting us, supporting the Marathon Red Raiders here on Zaleski Sports. And again, that makes things possible. And again, all the people listening and watching to us on Zaleski Sports, whether it be on a big screen TV, the warmth of your home, on a computer, is very, very thankful. Now, the game is scheduled for about a half hour from now, but keep checking in on Zaleski Sports to see when it does start. And we'll start as soon as they do, because I'm sure they want to get going before it gets too cold. It's supposed to be a whopping high of 24 to 27 degrees tonight, so I'm sure they want to get going. So thanks again for tuning in after the Marathon Red Raiders defeat the visiting Prentice Buccaneers in Merriwood Conference crossover games. We'll be back at the next game starts in about 20 to 25 minutes. Thank you for all the sponsorship and viewers on Zaleski Sports. Back in a while.